yo, foreigner, you crazy for this one.
Yeah, they think I'm jab riding when I'm left hooking. Fiends say they love me cause they know I keep that sack moving. Sad to say, but this the life that I have grew in. I had to hustle, skipping class, man, I was true in. I can flip some packs and teach you how to do it. This the real deal. Better watch your back cause people will kill. Kill Bill, kill switch on the Glock, yeah, this the real. And people spin around them blocks just like a Ferris wheel. But that's enough of that. Let me tell you about my life and where I grew up at. I grew up in the south of Topeka. Then I moved to the east in the streets and I ain't fucking with neither. I ain't the type to
Welcome on Bucket Discussions, family. I'm back at you guys with another reaction video. This is Hoop Reports. Shout out to Hoop Reports. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a subscribe just cause it's love. Go like the video, go subscribe to their channel. And without further ado, let's check it out. Now.
Preseason without fail. All the way to the hoop. 71-72. Basketball is more than just a sport for me. It's a way of life. And
Gotta
honestly,
show that tat
I
off.
can't imagine
You
a world
did.
without Steph Curry draining impossible threes, LeBron James crying to the refs, or watching freakishly athletic players defy gravity. He just evaporated the Kings defense.
I'll be honest with you too. I want to shout out my boy and my Bucket Discussions brother Coop, man, Jay Coop. Man, like he was talking about on his Snapchat story the other day, like people are talking about the streams going down and stuff like that, but they're not taking into account the illegal streaming and how tough some or just how tough some leagues are making it to tune into your favorite team's games, whether that be football, baseball, basketball. Like you see, like playoff games are getting put on like streaming services like Peacock, Netflix, shit like that. Like for the people that don't got access to that stuff, that's definitely gonna hurt it. So a lot of people are tuning into the illegal streams, so that's not accounting for, you know, the numbers and stuff like that. But comment down below though. I want to know, because I'm just thinking about for myself, like, why do you love basketball? Why do you love pro sports? Why did you start watching in the first place? You feel me? For me, as for one, I think we all forget, a lot of people don't take into account that at the end of the day, all this shit is entertainment. Yeah, we love the game, but we also love to be entertained. Kind of like Hoop Reports was just saying, like, you love to see the best athletes in the world. And for me, that would probably be my answer, like watching the best athletes in the world go at it. You feel me? And just compete. Just for the love of the game, man. Not for the love of the game. We know the niggas getting paid, but for me, I love the game, and it's just entertaining to me, so.
Lately, however, there's been a lot of buzz about the NBA losing its grip in the world of entertainment. LeBron is divisive.
Real quick. Damn, I fuck with Value Entertainment too. I fuck with dude, but that's bullshit. That's hella bullshit. But I'm also thinking about too, me, my bro, and my dad was talking about this shit. And it was just kind of like the oversaturation of sports. The shit has become just like to the point where people take it for granted. Like you can get on Twitter, send a tweet to LeBron James right now. Back in the day, you couldn't send tweets to pro athletes and stuff like that. And just like, I'm thinking about, for me, I got the Score app on my phone. I got Bleacher Report on my phone. I got Twitter sending me alerts every 2 seconds on my phone. It's nonstop information, nonstop just in your face, in your face, in your face. And back in the day, it wasn't like that. My dad was telling me about how, like, back in the day, he had to go to sleep, wait till the morning, ESPN Sports Center report come on just to see the score of the game. Like, there was no recording. There was no stuff like that. There was no, oh, I can just roll over and check the score right now. It was none of that. Like, you had to be actively tapped in, or you had to actively be tuned into the report, Sports Center, the news and stuff like that. So I feel like that's also playing a part. Like, people are taking shit for granted. Attention spans are getting shorter. It's harder for people to sit down and just watch games and enjoy it for what it is. So I feel like that's definitely a huge part. But this right here, though, is some bullshit. Don't blame it on LeBron.
He makes the game unattractive.
NBA Finals numbers down massively.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, viewership is declining, fans are tuning out, and honestly, the numbers don't lie. Ratings have dropped a staggering 48% since 2012.
One thing I will shout out Adam Silver for is for being somebody who's willing to shake stuff up, change stuff, and not just be stuck on tradition. Like, oh, this is the way we done it. We always got to do it this way. But I'm going to say Clay Travis is not a great source of information. Outkick your coverage and all that bullshit is not a great source of information, just because we know bro is bro is kind of like he's like Fox News for sports. So you just got to keep that in mind when you hearing stuff from him.
And 28% just this year on ESPN alone. Meanwhile, other sports leagues are breaking records. This is a troubling trend, and in today's video, I'll share my own perspective as a superfan, along with insights from experts and fans.
That's what I consider myself too when it comes to sports. Everybody had bucket discussions on the podcast panel, man. Coop, Trey, like we all just super fans. We all love the game. I mean, we could play the game, not at a high level, but we can play it. But at the end of the day, we're just super fans, man, tapped into everything. And we just love the game, man, grew up on the game. And just, that's the perspective we're coming from when we're talking about this type of stuff. So just keep that in mind.
The world to explore the big question. Why is the NBA dying?
Dying, I think, dying's a stretch for sure, because it's not dying.
You don't even get the games in your own city.
Yeah, you don't get the Laker game.
Yeah.
On the floor. Technical foul, Luka. He waved him off.
Here's that way. And somebody else, or is it a joke out?
And Westbrook sneaks inside. 7 for Westbrook. Technical foul on Westbrook.
Have you ever watched a game where an NBA player just gives another a simple glare, and boom, they're slapped with a technical foul? Or how about a player clapping in frustration, only to get hit with a tech?
Oh, yeah. He really upset himself. For technical.
It's crazy to think, but stuff like this is actually happening in the NBA right now.
Capacitor force check is okay. Fusion.
Turnaround jumper. Foul Morant. And John's got to watch his reaction. He already is sitting on one technical foul.
I get it, this is basketball, not WWE, but the NBA and its referees have gotten so soft that even the slightest hints of drama get shut down with a whistle. And honestly, this is just one of the reasons viewership is dropping.
I also would say that's kind of like an old head type of narrative that gets spent a lot. Oh, the game is so soft. The game is bad now. They can't do anything. Like, bro, the 80s and 90s shit was not basketball, bro. And like, you got to understand, like, I'm a person who always push back against rules just because, like, if the shit don't make sense, it don't make sense at the end of the day. But for the NBA, which is a family-friendly product, you really don't want niggas out there fighting. You feel me? That shit doesn't make any sense. You don't want people out there fighting. And if you can de-escalate a situation before it turns into a Malice in the Palace type of demo, you don't want that shit to happen at all. That's bad for the bottom line. It's bad for the players. It's bad for everyone involved. So you don't want stuff like that to happen. And yes, there's also another reason. Some refs are super sensitive. We understand that. Some refs don't like to be shown up. Some refs have huge egos. You feel me? But I don't think that's a reason why people are, I just can't tune into the game. That's a very old head type of way of thinking. Like, that's a way for old heads to hate on the game now. That's bullshit.
Because here's the thing, drama sells. Take the UFC, for example. When Conor McGregor was in his prime and gearing up to fight Floyd Mayweather, the drama was off the charts. I mean, those press conferences alone were pulling in more views than some NBA Finals games. Don't believe me? Check this out. The Toronto press conference for Mayweather versus McGregor.
I remember that too.
8.4 million views on YouTube alone. Now, compare that to the 2020 NBA Bubble Finals, which averaged just 7.4 million viewers.
Well, let's be real too when you're saying that, like, yeah, the drama and shit be cool, but like, is the product itself good? Like, it could be niggas fighting back and forth like in the 80s and 90s, but if the actual product, which is the basketball game, is not good, bro, no one's gonna care. Even we don't just, this is not WWE. We want to see good basketball. We want to see the best athletes in the world going at it.
That's the power of drama. And yet, the NBA wants no part of it.
But storylines do say I won't completely
Giannis got
knock that.
technical here for simply looking at Al Horford after a dunk. Jason Tatum got hit with one here for just hanging on the rim after making a big play. And then here's Jokic, the league's best player, getting ejected over, well, basically nothing.
This will be technical. Oh, they threw Jokic out of the game.
I get that the NBA wants to avoid another Malice in the Palace incident, but this complete lack of drama and technical fouls at every corner is turning fans away. Bulls fans booing the refs for ejecting Jokic shows how bad of a call it is. My dad took my 9-year-old nephew to his first basketball game, and his favorite player got ejected early in the third for nothing. This is absolutely disgusting. And this one, which perfectly sums up the 2025 season. Refs got more highlights than anybody that got drafted this year.
That's outrageous. What happened tonight, this is completely BS. This is shame.
Officials who are too quick to blow their whistles, eject players, or change the outcome of games while eliminating any possible drama are just one of the many reasons NBA viewership is in a free fall.
All right, before he goes on to his next one, I do agree with some of the stuff he said, but I also feel like referees are human. They're going to make mistakes, but just like the NBA can implement rules for the players and stuff like that, I feel like they also can, from up top, this is not on some like skew the game type shit, but just like, hey, when it's a superstar player, like give them a little bit more leniency. Also just anybody, bro, like don't be so quick to just eject somebody. It got to be really something like, yeah, if you hit somebody, if you make contact with a ref, stuff like that, yeah, you're going to get ejected. But certain stuff like two players getting into it, players cussing, maybe a player pushed another player like that, you don't got to just be on some quick, like, get him out of here type shit. Like, no, I don't got to be that. But just kind of have a little bit of like, yeah, we want to make sure that we have these players in the game. We don't want to eject the superstar. We don't want to eject the Anthony Edwards, a Jokic, a LeBron, a Steph Curry, stuff like that. Like, if they do something that's across the line, yes, eject them niggas. But little shit like that, bro, let them play. That's bad for, we always talk about the bottom line. We talk about the fans. We care about the fans, right? Let's not eject the best players because that's what people are paying to see. The NBA, more than any league, sells their players. So don't be so quick to eject them.
We've got breaking news. LeBron is a Laker.
Breaking news. Kevin Durant is headed to Phoenix.
Portland is sending Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis and Dame, that is a scary thought.
Piggybacking on my earlier point about the lack of drama, another reason NBA viewership is dropping is the complete lack of heated rivalries.
The other thing is the rivalries with the NBA. I'm not going to hold you. I want that. I miss that. I liked it when people didn't like each other and was really trying to go at each other.
In the UFC, for example, we want to see John Jones fight Tom Aspinall, not watch them train together and be buddies.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I understand it just partially, but this is also another old head narrative. Like, oh yeah, everybody's friends, everybody's buddies, nobody hates each other. Like, bro, we got motherfuckers just trying to go at each other in the league, bro. It's not all buddy. Now, do players move around a lot? Yes, they do. But I feel like the lack of heated rivalries is not necessarily due to just everybody being buddy. But that's just my opinion.
The reality is, NBA players switch teams faster than a game of hot potato these days. As a result, there aren't many rivalries anymore, and rivalries bring drama. And as I mentioned earlier, drama sells, which is another area the NBA is lacking right now.
Maybe that's just not a little toxic.
Because it's kind of funny to me how everybody complains about, oh, there's not enough rivalries, there's not enough this. But when we had Steph Curry and the Warriors, Golden State, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Iguodala playing against LeBron, J.R. Smith, Shump, just that little rivalry that we had for, 4 or 5 years in a row? Everybody was complaining, oh, it's the same team. Like, bro, y'all got to pick which side y'all on, bro, instead. Y'all can't keep jumping to both sides. Like, there's some fans that I feel like is just never going to be happy with nothing. You're going to have those old fans who are just old, hating, mad. Oh, Jordan would have did this. Scottie Pippen would have did this. Isaiah Thomas. Bro, we don't give a fuck about that, bro. It's 2024. Like, let's watch the NBA that we have today. We don't got to keep going back to the old days, bro. Stop with the bullshit.
feel me? I just like controversy.
Not just individual players, but like doesn't even feel like there's team rivalries anymore. Like a Lakers-Celtics game, it's like whatever now, you know?
Kevin Durant, for example.
Shout out to the Thunder, man.
For example, he's one of the greatest players of the last decade, but how can home fans get emotionally invested when he leaves his team every couple of years? Then there's LeBron James.
Hey.
While many of the younger generation consider him the GOAT, he's notorious for jumping ship whenever the going gets tough. By constantly avoiding long-term battles, he's also avoided building the kind of rivalries that fans crave. And now, according to what I heard recently, he's reportedly interested in teaming up with Golden State and joining arguably his...
Bron, don't do that shit, bro. I'm just gonna say that right now. Do not do that shit, bro. I would completely not fuck with you if you did that. And I'll fuck with Steph. I'll fuck with the Warriors. Obviously, the rivals are of you, so I'm not like huge fans, but I respect what they're doing, you feel me? Don't join that team, please.
His rival, Steph Curry. All because his Lakers experiment has turned into a complete disaster.
Can you say complete disaster, though? The nigga won a chip. Yeah, you sound goofy.
Where's the drama? Then, like I said, whenever young players try to create rivalries, like Jalen Green and Kate Cunningham, the NBA is quick to blow the whistle and put out the fire immediately.
Now for Jalen Green!
Hey!
As one fan
you gotta let niggas talk
that
that
shit.
shit.
The fact they gave a tech for that summarizes everything wrong with today's soft NBA. God forbid somebody shows some emotion. So, the other day, I came home exhausted and just wanted to relax by watching my favorite team play basketball. I fire up...
Oh, wait, my fault. I thought that was an ad. He about to talk about League Pass, huh?
League Pass, and then, bam. I get
heard that League Pass is some bullshit.
Yeah. For some reason, the NBA blocks out home games for everyone on their League Pass app, making it ridiculously hard for fans to watch their favorite team.
So you got to buy cable for your own teams, and then you got to buy League Pass to get the League Pass stuff. So what ends up happening is the distribution of games now, and they're harder to find.
That shit's kind of weird.
Look at this Reddit post from 2 years ago that really sums things up. I have TNT as well as League Pass, but it won't let me watch the Bucks-Warriors game on TNT due to a regional blackout. What the f*** am I supposed to do? Why the f*** does the NBA make it so hard to watch the product? To which someone replied, it's really funny to me. I live in Vegas, but I can't watch the Clippers or Kings. If I move to a different zip code 10 minutes east, I also cannot watch the Lakers on top of the Clippers and Kings. They just make up. The truth is, many NBA fans have a specific team they love to watch. Usually, their home team. But the NBA makes it so frustrating to follow them. Oftentimes, you don't know if the game is going to play on League Pass, TNT, ESPN, or some other random channel. With all this hassle, it's so much easier to just tune into something else, especially in a world overflowing with entertainment options. This is yet another reason why NBA viewership keeps dropping.
You know what I mean? Words was thrown out there that shouldn't be thrown out there between, you know what I mean, two men. And so that kind of just drew the line for me. And I'm one of those, once you're on one.
I don't even know what he's about to say about PG. He's probably going to talk about players having podcasts, but we'll probably agree on this one, man. I hate players having podcasts while they're playing the game. Like, that shit is just like, I like it when it's like the former players or even like former coaches and stuff like that to hear their perspective or like stuff like that. But players, bro, I'm not trying to hear current players talk about the game, bro. Go out there and do what you got to do, bro. That shit, especially if I was like a coach or if I was like a GM, I would not want that shit either because like, bro, why are you talking about and you're interviewing niggas we about to play and shit, bro? Like, especially with PG, like PG, you just do a lot of talking, bro, and not a lot of hooping. Like, I don't like to hear that shit.
All right, bro, you stay in there.
You might be wondering why
Micah Parsons is another guy
Paul
too.
George on his podcast, where he shares why he's no longer a fan of Chris Paul in a video titled "Why the NBA is Dying." Well, let me explain, or better yet, Let this man explain.
So, Podcast P, I want to pull this up before I say it.
Yeah.
This season, 10 games played, 16 podcast episodes, salary $49 million. Are you getting paid for the podcast or you getting paid to play? How you got more podcast episodes than games played, nigga?
Story Mode featuring Jamal Crawford, the Drew Holiday episode, season 3 premiere. Paul George has been dropping podcast after podcast on his Podcast P channel, and while they're great episodes, they highlight a trend among NBA players that they don't seem to care about the league anymore. To them, the NBA feels like a stepping stone or a paycheck. And you know what? The fans can feel that vibe.
I don't like the NBA.
Why not the NBA?
Don't give a...
Anyway, when it comes to Paul George specifically, just listen to what this one Philly fan had to say.
I just slept until 5 p.m. And I woke up and looked at my phone, and I see a Paul George podcast featuring Reggie Jackson. The day after Paul George drops 2 points and leaves the game with another leg injury.
It wouldn't be fair to put all the blame on Paul George because this is a much bigger league-wide trend. Take Zion Williamson, for example, one of the most hyped prospects in recent NBA history. Instead of focusing on the game, he seems to care more about food than basketball.
Is it hard to diet at your age? Be honest.
This is you? Be real. There are times when I wasn't, man, that shit hard. It's hard, man, like 20, 22, a lot of money, feel like all the money in the world, man.
Then there's Ben Simmons, once hailed as the next LeBron James. He's earning 10.
See, this shit right here be hard to defend, bro.
Go like I'm Conan, count up with both hands. Switch the flow like it was broken. I'm on the road, man. Making plays just like DeRozan. I shoot my shot, and that shit wetter than the ocean. I brag a lot, but with the win and